This JMMA production starting with whatever you are doing now. It's time to make the end a little fucking better. This JMMA production starts now. Yo, what? Live from the Ville in Heights Point. This is a JMMA production. Now you're about to listen to the man, the myth, the legend, J Money, aka Jason Johnson, your host for the evening. Alright, what's up, Internet? I am the man, Jason Johnson, aka J Money. You are watching now the newly rebranded JMMA Productions. Pretty much nothing's changed really entirely, just a name change, pretty much. Still gonna be doing all the wrestling news, the sports news of pretty much anything that piques my interest, talking about it, and saying it to you guys. So yeah, it's summer. It's summer. Back home here in Ville. Pretty much doing this now in my room now for the summer. But it won't be long until I go back in August to do this again. To do these videos again. So let's begin with this JJMA production. We're gonna start off with what happened last Saturday night with UFC. Pretty much last night, the UFC heavyweight championship was defended night as Fabrizio Verdum, man who beat Cain Velasquez to win that belt, made in his very first title defense against a Cleveland and CB Mojic, a UFC fighter from Cleveland, Ohio. And this event happened in the main event of UFC 198, which was held in Brazil. Actually, this event was somehow held in a football field. Surprise, which was a bit of surprise. Basically, what happened there was pretty much in 2 minutes 49 seconds of the very first round of that fight, Stipe Miocic knocks out Fabrizio Verdum, and as a result, he wins the UFC title. Now, Fabrizio Verdum. Now, the thing about this is, this was Fabrizio Verdum's first attempted title defense. So now that Stipe Miocic's new champion, looks like Cain Velasquez is now going to face Stipe Miocic. Now, his title rematch, and then Fabrizio Verdum gets his rematch against whoever wins that, and then it's just crazy. So, similar to like what happened with when Holly Holm beat Ronda Rousey for the UFC Women's Bantamweight title, and pretty much then loses it to Miesha Tate months later. So, now, I guess when Ronda Rousey ever decides to come back, it's going to be Rousey versus Holm free. And actually, there's not really a trilogy. This is pretty much going to be a Frio set. So, it's going to pretty much look like a set and pretty much a Frio set. So, pretty much Ronda Rousey going to win that, and then we have Rousey Holm 2. And somewhere, some way, somehow, I don't know when, but it will happen eventually, possibly. That's what I'm assuming it's going to happen. I'm believing it's going to happen. So, next up we have, now what we have now with, now at UFC 199, it was going to be set to be Chris Weidman versus Luke Rockhold for the UFC middleweight championship. Then it got canned just the Wednesday, where Chris Weidman had a case of bad neck issues and had to get some neck surgery. He'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks, so he will be missing. As a result of that, he's going to be missing UFC 189. So that what happened there. enters the number 4 middleweight fighter in the nation, Michael Bisping, who actually does not like Luke Rockhold at all. So these two have a little grudge. So now we have is Michael Bisping versus Luke Rockhold 2. Sequels are always better. These two fought. I don't know when these two last fought, but it happened, and pretty much there's still no love lost between the two of them. So I'll give you more details on about that fight in the weeks come. And another thing in the event for co-main event will be for the UFC bantamweight championship between Dominic Cruz versus Uriah Faber. These two do not like each other at all. Basically, the first fight when the old school WEC, when Uriah Faber, who was the king of that division at that and WEC, pretty much beat Dominic Cruz very kind of handily. Then Cruz came back. Then when they both were in the UFC and Cruz became the bantamweight champion, then those two fought and Dominic Cruz won. So now it is set. Now the stage is set. Uriah Faber versus Dominic Cruz, part 3. So it's the third fight. It's gonna be a trilogy, and basically, who doesn't love trilogies? There have been great trilogies before. Pretty much, if you consider like Cain Velasquez, Dos Santos trilogy, the Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture trilogy. I mean, there's no trilogies are always better than Star Wars trilogy, the Rocky trilogies, Indiana Jones trilogy, Pirates of the Caribbean, not so strong a trilogy, better trilogy, but told the story, still pretty much good story arc. Basically, just as long as there's no like that's gonna happen. Then UFC 200, it's pretty much gonna be another sequel, John Jones DC 2. Now, if you actually, honestly, I'm gonna say this, it's gonna be an interesting fight. Basically, this is now UFC 199 and UFC 200 looks like both these the main events for those two events are going to be stacked, and basically I'm probably want to go watch those fights actually, and I might actually want to go watch those fights actually. So since I might get you guys with something about that. Might not do like a live stream or something like that, nothing like that of a sort, but just something like pretty much go to a restaurant that actually shows that fight and just watch it from there, probably, and just record my reactions on the phone, my live reactions of it on the phone, and just figure out how that goes from there. So I'll figure out something there on June, where UFC 199 will be on June the 4th, as June, and in July with UFC 200 between DC and John Jones in that match. So I'll give you more information in the weeks to come from there. So now we got that as out of the way. Now let's move on to pro wrestling. Okay, so Payback. So of course we already dealt with what has happened from there. Okay, so the Extreme Rules match between AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. We're gonna do the live stream reaction, my live stream reactions, basically. Yep, another 3+ hour recording. Yeah, I know it's gonna be a long and tiring, but we're gonna have some fun with this, of course. So this is very much what I'm planning on. So I'm going to do is give you my predictions in probably, today is, I'm doing this right now, it's Friday, so actually I have to do predictions. So I guess let's see how my internet's doing, and let me find the results of UFC, find the match card for WWE's Extreme Rules pay-per-view, because I really need to know. So, because it looks like I have zero choice but to do said looks. WWE Extreme Rules 2016. There we are. And okay, come on, here, don't fuck with me. I'm not ready for bullshit now. Okay. There we are. Now, there we go. Excuse me 1 second. Alright, let's see. Here we are. Okay, so this is what we got. So, for the pre-show, we got Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, who I think win and why. Baron Corbin, because basically Baron Corbin needs a big pay-per-view match, needs a big match win, and I think he's getting it here. And also this match is a no DQ match, so of course we got to have this. So basically Baron Corbin is winning this matchup. Is Baron Corbin winning this matchup over Dolph. So there we are. Next match. This match was the most recent match that got announced. It is a tornado tag match between the Usos and the Club with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Team Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, aka the Club. Tornado tag match. I'm saying the Club wins this match because basically they need. Because honestly, between the two of them, they're just a bigger, more confident, like J&J security for AJ, and that's something that shouldn't be. So what we're gonna have is, of course, so the Club is gonna go over in this tornado tag match. Pretty much this tornado tag match, of course, it's gonna be everyone's in the same ring, and this is gonna be somehow a great brawl. And I wonder if weapons are gonna be used. So something's gonna happen. Next match, we got the Asylum match between Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, honestly, come on, this is Dean Ambrose match. So, of course, we gotta have this. We gotta have Dean Ambrose winning this, probably his signature match, quote unquote, signature match. So we have that there. So we have this. So Dean Ambrose wins this Asylum match. Pretty much avenges Mitch, the pilot plant that got destroyed. Next we got the fatal 4-way match for the Intercontinental title between The Miz with Maurice, of course, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. What happens here? So let's see. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn pretty both hate each other, so pretty much most of the time they're gonna be brawling a lot, and probably stopping each other from pinning the other. So basically, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are gonna cancel each other out. So all that pretty much is gonna be is Miz versus Cesaro, and there's a chance Cesaro pulls. I say this, in the end of the day, I say Cesaro wins this match, or somehow, some way with Maurice in the corner, somehow Maurice shenanigans, Miz retains. But honestly, someone else is probably winning this title, and basically if Miz somehow retained, I'm probably sure it's kind of a small sort of kick to the dick if Miz somehow retained. So let's move on. Next match is for the US title between Kalisto and Rusev. Basically right now the US title has not been entirely relevant, so it's hard to really be appealed to this matchup. And so it's kind of a difficult thing to decide who wins it. I'm gonna say which one will have this feud. I say Rusev wins the US title, and then sort of sets up a feud with John Cena. John Cena wins back that title because basically Rusev and John Cena have a rivalry, another 4-month feud for US title, and this time the US title is an actual, and somehow John Cena really brings back that US title again to that John Cena US Open Challenge. So let's just say this, at the old era, because before that old era, that was actually pretty good in 2015. That was a great thing for 2015. So that's what we have there. Next match for the WWE Women's Championship, Charlotte takes on Natalya in a submission match. Ric Flair is banned from ringside. Now, if Ric Flair decides to get somehow decides screw that ban and disregards it, Charlotte loses the title from there. So, it looks like Natalya could win this match. But Charlotte is the daughter of Ric Flair, so he's playing the game, so she might have some underhand tactics. But I say Charlotte somehow find a way to win this match by on her own, sort of, maybe set up, because right now Natalya is not a bad wrestler, is a great wrestler, but right now it looks like we could, but Charlotte is that viable person who would have like a big summer feud with, like, say, Sasha Banks, and basically that's what they're all people are really wondering, is really asking for, is that summer feud with Charlotte between Charlotte and Sasha Banks, and Sasha wins that belt held sometime during summer. I say Sasha Banks wins it at SummerSlam. It sets up something for summer. That's what happens there. Now, the next match in this one is the New Day versus the Vaudevillains for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. And I say this: New Day beats Vaudevillains. Okay, this is kind of much easily. New Day retains against the Vaudevillains because basically Vaudevillains aren't really that popular or that good, and pretty much this man has said that the Vaudevillains gimmick is a little bit stupid. So I say this: Enzo and Cass. They're gonna be something with Enzo and Cass when Enzo gets back full health against Big Cass, and they have a feud there, and then somehow I guess they have their feud there, and New Day, and probably New Day is going to be that champion until somehow Carl Lance and Luke Gallows decides, you know what, let's get like serious now, let's screw the Usos, let's go after the tag titles, and pretty much I guess from there then pretty much that's something for summer. Next match, we have Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles. Extreme Rules match. WWE World Heavyweight title is on the line. Now, it's going to be obvious the Club and Usos are going to somehow get involved in this. Pretty much, as any goes, the match is going to look good. But, let's be honest, Roman Reigns is going to be AJ Styles. It's going to obviously happen. That's what's happening. As much as we want to see AJ Styles win. If somehow, some way, AJ somehow does win this match out of nowhere, then it's gonna look like. Then this is probably what it's gonna look like at this point. At this point in time, it's gonna look like it's gonna be the biggest change and shows the biggest shift in this new era that WWE has been trying to advertise and brand and whatnot. So it will look crazy, insane, and probably a big shock, because Vince McMahon isn't that type of person who would go with the indie darling Mr. TNA in the sense of putting him as the top guy in his company. So WWE really is going to try to keep pushing Roman Reigns down our throats. Basically, it's either yes. It's basically pretty soon we're gonna watch this thing happen so much. We're gonna grow numb to this eventually, and then we're just gonna accept. We're either gonna just accept it and just move on till someone else somehow shows up and he becomes the new guy in every 10 years or so. So that's what we got. That's what's going to happen. So yeah, that's what Extreme Rules is going to happen. That's what's going to be. That's what we got. So that's pretty much what we have so far. That's really what we got from there. So after this pay-per-view, it will be Money in the Bank, which is which which will be in June. I think that's in what day? Let's see, how long is this? When is this gonna be? What time is this pay-per-view gonna end? It's gonna be June 19th. That is a very quick. That's a while. That's a long while from now. But that's pretty much what we. That's what we got. And that is what we got. So that's what we got. That's what's gonna happen. So what do we do now? So yeah, that's what we will have at that point. Next, so in June 19th in Paradise, Nevada. Okay, I'm assuming this is Vegas, so it's gonna be Money in Bank in Vegas. So yeah, it makes some sense. Money, hey, makes sense. Let's just hope WWE does not do some Vegas setup or whatever, because damn it, nothing. Let's just be honest here. They suck. They all suck. Let's all be true here. So that is what is gonna happen at Money in the Bank. That's what I'm predicting here. I'll put the result. I'll put what I predicted in the column. At the end of this video, for you guys. So that's what's going on. Now, let's see. Next, what we got here is basically what do we have here in the case of rest of like pro wrestling and whatnot. So let's take a look at take a look at ESPN. What we got? What do we have from ESPN? What do we have from in the wonderful wide world of sports? Basically, of course. Okay, so last time I remember is, of course, Nike was won the Kentucky Derby. That's quick. That's a quick thing. Right now. So basically, the next thing is, so now Nike won the Kentucky Derby. Now tomorrow he's competing in the Preakness. See what happens there. Do we have another chance at second straight Triple Crown? 2 straight Triple Crown. Next we have, so what we have here right now, Cavs are already 2-0 against Ari, having making a great, is tearing up Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron James are tearing it up in the WWE, tearing it up in the NBA right now. What they are coming up with, what they're going up against right now, they are currently already 2-0 against the Raptors. So right now, 2-0 against the Raptors at this moment. What's going on now? What's going on now? We have now in the Western Conference Finals. It is now between the Golden State Warriors and the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're currently right now tied 1-1. The next game 3 will be this Sunday at 8 p.m. on TNT, 8 p.m. Eastern, okay, wait, I actually gotta fix my clock here. It's on Central Time, still in Bowling Green time. So 8 p.m. So technically, so yeah, it's gonna be at 9 p.m. Eastern on TNT. 9 p.m. Eastern on TNT on Sunday. And this Saturday, Cleveland and the Cavs and Raptors compete on ESPN at 8:30 in the Eastern. That's what we got there. So that's what we have there. So now the Cavs, they are currently like ahead of the pack. Pretty much, they have beaten so far, beaten up allowed everybody. This is right now who is Cavs are currently unbeaten in the playoffs right now. Unbeaten. So currently unbeaten in the playoffs. They beaten. Give me a second. Let me figure out who the Cavs have beaten. Actually, that's one thing I am looking for is who did the Cavs beat before they came to the point with the Raptors. Raptors. And maybe I have to look this. See. So let's see. What do we have in here? Because we right now have so right now we have Cavs beat on the way to how did we get to where we are now? Okay. So Cavs beat the Hawks 4-0 immediately for nothing. And Raptors won in 7 games against the Miami Heat, aka LeBron's former team, aka team that his best friend was on. Warriors beat Trailblazers 4-1 in Western Conference, and the Thunder beat the Spurs 4-2. 4-2. Surprise, which surprised yours truly because I'm kind of a bit of a Spurs fan in my own right. So that's what we have there. In the first round, Cavs destroyed the Pistons. 4-0. 4-0. Raptors beat the Pacers 4-3 on the way to their game. On the way to Heat, he beat the Hornets 4-3. 3 over the Hornets. And the Hawks beat the Celtics 4-2. 4-2. Next, we got Warriors just beating the Rockets 4-1. Spurs sweeping the Grizzlies 4-0 on the way to that game. Thunder winning their season over Dallas 4-1. And finally, the Clippers and Trailblazers beat the LA Clippers 4-2 into that game. And that's how the first and second round happened. Now we're at the conference finals between the Raptors and between the Cavs and Raptors and Warriors and Thunder right now. So that's what we have right now in the NBA at this point. NFL, basically draft happened. Basically draft happened. Number 1 pick was Jared Goff. He was the number 1 pick in the draft. He won in his game. He got drafted to the LA Rams. Then we got Carson Wentz drafted with the Eagles. Their thing that is going on there. Basically, right now we have. Let's see, next thing we got. So now, what we have next. So what we have now. So we're gonna look at this. This draft basically one big local draft. So there was actually the big story that happened was, of course, Louisville from Louisville. Actually, Sheldon Rankins got drafted. Defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins got drafted. With he is now with the the I'm really I know I'm kind of like stretching this here, and I'm kind of like doing this really quickly, rather quickly. So I know I'm kind of need to slow down a bit, maybe. But what is it on my head? So let's see. So this is pretty much what we got. Basically, I gotta look. So around there. Now what can we expect now from this? Actually, I may have to get some friends to help me out with that. So first. So this is what we got. First round. First pick, Jared Goff from California got drafted first by the Los Angeles Rams. And then, of course, Carson Wentz went number 2. Next following players were Joey Bosa with Chargers, Ezekiel Elliott with Dallas, Jalen Ramsey with Jacksonville. Ravens, we drafted offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley. Then San Francisco got DeForest Buckner, defensive end from Oregon. Offensive tackle Jack Conklin, offensive tackle from Michigan State, went to Tennessee, which was through multiple trades. It was from Miami through Philadelphia and Cleveland, which is crazy flip-flopping craziness. Then Leonard Floyd, linebacker from Georgia, got drafted by the Bears. Of course, pretty much Chicago loves their pretty much their big guys. They're for big guys. Eli Apple, cornerback for Ohio State, went to the Giants. Vernon Hargreaves III from Florida got drafted to Tampa Bay, to the Bucks. Then, of course, number 12, Sheldon Rankins got drafted. Number 12 to the New Orleans Saints. What can we expect from there? What can we expect? Basically, it's a big pick they needed because these guys they needed someone basically to change their defense up and make an impact. Impact because they finished dead last in points allowed per game and also first in rushing, passing, and total defense last year. Jeez. Yeah. So, next one, Larry B. Tunsil from Mississippi. Offensive tackle goes to Miami. Reason why somehow this happened because a video on his Twitter came of him smoking some weed in a mask, some gas mask, bong mask, Basically, that video got leaked, and his YouTube, his account got hacked, and pretty much that got leaked, and that kind of, and now he is into something there, Mississippi. He ended up taking money from a coach or something from there, and it's in when he was in Ole Miss. So now Ole Miss is gonna be fighting that, and this is happening. So okay, so that's kind of the reason why his draft stock went down, because he was going to probably be a number one pick from there. Next, Oakland Raiders drafted Carl Joseph, safety from West Virginia. Next, Corey Coleman got drafted 15 for Cleveland. So offensive tackle Tyler Decker from Ohio State got drafted next from Detroit for the Lions. Keanu Neal from Florida got drafted to Atlanta. Ryan Kelly from Alabama goes to the Colts. Shaq Lawson, 19, goes Buffalo. Number 20, Darren Lee from Ohio State to the Jets. Will Ferrell from Notre Dame, wide receiver, to Houston. And then Josh Doxson, wide receiver, TCU, goes to the Redskins. Washington goes to Washington. Quan Dreadwell from Mississippi got drafted to Vikings. 24. William Jackson III from Houston goes to the Bengals. Artie Burns, number 25, goes to quarterback from the Steelers. 26. Number 26, the Paxton Lynch from Memphis goes to Denver, which Denver really needs a quarterback because of what happened with, of course, Mark Sanchez, and then the thing with Brock Osweiler going to the Texans and Peyton Manning's retirement. Denver may have found a good quarterback in Paxton Lynch, and they can develop him into the coach they want, and he has a good fit for Harry Kubiak's offense, and that is perfect. So, next, we got Kenny Clark from UCLA going to the Packers. Joshua Garrett from Garnett from Stanford when it goes to the San Francisco 49ers. Robert Nemekdici got drafted to the Cardinals. Vern Buller got drafted to the Panthers. And finally, Jermaine Ifedi got drafted by the Seahawks. And of course, there was no pick in the first round for the Patriots because of Deflategate. Because of the stuff with Deflategate. So, that's what happened in the first round. That's what happened in the first round there. I'll probably, if you want to know more about the other rounds, just go to ESPN.com and pretty much where I got all the draft pick list and results from there. So that's what happened. That's kind of what happened in the draft. Basically, I don't know how this will work with the Ravens. There was some draft picks the Ravens, we kind of drafted some players that we needed. Also, we did some moves in free agency that we also needed with the safety issue and corners issue. So we got something. We don't know what's going to happen now. We don't know. We're gonna figure. It's something that I'll figure out how training camp goes. Training camp goes in July. And everything about the Ravens is somehow they did some training with pads, which actually you're not supposed to do with rookies and rookie camp. That's only for training camp only. They're investigating that. That's something that the NFL is investigating that. The NFL Players Association is investigating that. So, okay. Alright then. Next is with the next thing that happened with the number 10, the Ravens proposed that to make replay a more common practice other than just at certain situations. It's just to make the game more precise and more makes sense. And to actually, when you think about the Ravens, it actually makes more sense to have more replays because, in case like a certain penalty, and like in case penalties happen where the referee doesn't see it. It's something that worked and it perfectly makes sense, and honestly, it makes some sense. It makes some kind of sense for that to happen. So that's what we got from there. So now we have that out of the way. Next, the Raven. Now that's what the NFL season is entailing. Now, if you're someone who likes baseball, I'm not really much of a baseball fan until like the playoffs, so you're probably gonna have to wait till then. So I'm sorry to anyone who watches baseball. Sorry to any baseball fans. Not really into soccer much, so that's what we got from there. So So actually, this is pretty much all the time I got right now for this JMA introduction. I like to thank you guys for watching this. Be sure, of course, to follow me on friend me on Facebook, like my page on Facebook. I mean, on Facebook. Of course, you can also follow me on Twitter, add me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat. You can also buy the great. Also, of course, you can listen to my music on SoundCloud, which has over 2,000 plays on SoundCloud. 2,000 plays on SoundCloud right now. So it's getting better. It's better right now, which is a big thing for me. Big thing. Listen. Go ahead and listen to it. You can follow me. The links are in the description. Will be in the description below. I'm Jason Johnson. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, peace out, money out. Hey, listen up, you punk bitch. You are wasting your goddamn money on nothing but some bullshit CDs. I got the perfect one for you right now. The Great Hustle Deluxe Edition Mixtape CD. Available now on eBay, coming soon to Amazon. Simply costs $1. Wasting that CD compartment in your car and the CD compartment in your fucking stereo, not getting this. Seriously, buy it. Simple, costs $1. What are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Now get out of here. Get out of here.